Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. It's time for our conversation, and our guest is James McKeon AMOAH. He's the HD4HL project lead for Public Health Association of Ghana. And this morning we are going to talk about the importance of fiscal policies in the fight against diet-related non-communicable diseases. And so this conversation is going to be quite interesting. James, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. It's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Let's first understand what the project is about. What is HD4HL? Yeah.
So HD4HL is just an acronym for Healthier Diet for Healthy Life project.
Okay.
So H is for healthy, H stands for healthy, D for diet,
Four.
F-O-R.
Okay.
And then Healthy Lives project.
Okay.
It's a project we are doing with 5 partners: University of Ghana, Ministry of Health, NDPC, National Development Planning Commission, Food and Drugs Authority, and a number of civil society organizations. The focus is to build evidence because recently we have the number of non-communicable diseases increasing. So we talk about diseases that cannot be given easily from one person to the other. They are not infectious diseases. So diabetes, hypertension, cancers, they are increasing in numbers. So this project seeks to build evidence to suggest that indeed it's increasing. And number 2, bring out policies which can help to bring it down. So we're looking at 4 policies. One is food marketing. How do we market food to people so that people can buy food that is more healthier than those that are not healthy? We're looking at front of pack labeling, where if you pick any product to buy, you can read and know what is on it. That's whether it's healthy or not, you know. The next one is looking at public procurement. Government procures more food than any other private organization. So government agencies, schools, our hospitals, our prisons, there should be a policy regulating what they buy, how much they buy, and where they buy from. And one of them is the fiscal policies, which we'll be talking about today. How we can have fiscal policies that will aim at protecting lives and not necessarily to make people their lives worse, but to make sure that once we have these policies in place, people then can make the right choices and live healthier. That's because what the project is about.
Okay. Is this the first time such collaboration is coming together? Because these are 5 big agencies or entities, and you're coming together. This is the first time?
So oftentimes we have civil society organizations and academia come together to form partnership for these things. But the good news is that in this particular one, we have the Ministry of Health, which is a government agency that is responsible for our health. We have NDPC, which looks at Ghana's planning and how Ghana can progress, also being part. There's more like a high-level partnership now. So initially, it will just have to be civil society who will push for such policies. But now our government is being part of those who are pushing for the policy. So it's very happy. We are very happy because it gives us the leverage. So we now don't have to struggle to get the minister to come for our meeting because he's already part of it. FD is there. They know their role to play when it comes to food marketing to ensure that the food that is marketed. There's a ban on alcohol advertisement until after 10. So now if all of these policies are put in place, then they can also make sure they implement it so that if, say, any product or any company is not doing the right thing, then they can clamp down on them. So I think this is the first time we're having such a very high-profile government coming on board.
Before the next one comes in, so it's been predicted that NCDs will become the leading cause of death in Africa by 2030.
I even think it will be earlier than 2030.
You've already scared us. I thought 2030 was far.
Was quite far. So 5 years time.
5 times, yeah. Why so?
So globally, if you look at the number of the cause of death in people's lives, non-communicable diseases forms about 74%. And as there's a status that as people develop, as countries develop, NCDs increase. For example, it's been long since we heard about cholera outbreak. Because if someone is hygienic, they won't get cholera outbreak. When people begin to get more money, start getting living comfortable, they hardly exercise.
True.
They have money and they can buy whatever they want to buy. They don't exercise. So for example, someone say have a car, drive to your office, there's an elevator to your office. They have chairs that are several chairs. I don't have to walk to another person's place to pick something. You have people who can buy you food, so you are not active. Because they have the money and also they have the chance to buy whatever they want. They can go to any of the big restaurants and buy whatever they want to buy. And all of these lifestyle activities is increasing the prevalence of NCDs. And so Africa is developing. Ghana was not like this some years ago. So as we are developing, people are getting money, then this lifestyle issues will come up. And so there's a need for us to create awareness first, and see how we can have the conversation to protect people's life. Because in Ghana, for example, 1/3 of all deaths are due to NCDs. So if you take, say, 9 people died today, 1/3 of them is due to NCDs.
Okay.
If you go to OPDs, the number of NCDs we see, like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, is increasing than the malaria and the others that we used to see. And so, because of also science, where now if you have there's vaccination to prevent some of these infectious diseases, because the healthcare has increased, so there are so many health facilities around. Somebody has malaria, they can easily go to hospital for treatment. We're able to manage those ones. But for the lifestyle disease that is more progressive, which people don't usually see until they get the disease, it's actually increasing. So, and Africa is increasing. There's a need for us to have that conversation. If not, we'll keep having a lot of people having those conditions.
I mean, first of all, I want you to, you mentioned TB. Take us to some of the examples of the NCDs, right? And then the link really between diet and that, so that we could appreciate what the NCDs are and how our eating lifestyle or whatever that it is linked to it.
All right. So the NCDs, we can talk about diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cardiovascular disease like heart attack and all of those things. And there's a direct link between our diet and these NCDs.
Okay.
Let me take, for example, diabetes. Diabetes simply means that you have high blood sugar in your body. We get the sugars from the food we eat, the carbohydrates, the sugars that we eat. So if you're taking more of these sugars, you're increasing the amount of glucose in your body, amount of sugar in your body. Then, if it's not controlled, can lead to diabetes. Talk about heart failure or coronary artery disease, where we can have fat deposited in the blood vessels. When it happens like that, the blood don't easily flow. The vessels become choked, and then it becomes difficult for blood to flow, leading to heart attack. If you're taking so much fatty foods, then the fat can go in the linings of your blood vessels, make it too narrow so that blood cannot easily flow, and that can lead to heart attack.
Okay.
If you look at obesity, that's where you build too much weight, more than your BMI, more than the body can hold. So you start eating a lot of these fatty foods, a lot of these junk foods, and then they increase the concentration of glucose in in your body.
Okay.
When it happens like that, you start building weight, that can also lead to a lot of risk factors. Too much salt intake, which is found in our biscuits and our cookies, can also lead to hypertension. So there's a direct link when you consume a lot of unhealthy food. And when we talk about unhealthy food, we're looking at food that are, one, they lack nutrients, they lack fibers, and because you have that particular eating a lot of these things, then it can lead to a lot of problems to you. So the pizzas, for example, the burgers we see, now wherever you go, you have a lot of them.
The
noodles and that. That's what people are eating. People don't have time to eat the food. Look how food you have the kinky and fish. They're not eating the jollof rice. They're not eating it at all. And because we're also in a hurry, people just want to get something small and go. So once you keep eating these junk foods, and also sugar-sweetened beverages like the energy drinks, the soft drinks, the more you consume these things, then you're increasing the amount of glucose in you, increasing the amount of other minerals like salt and that's in your body, which then leads to these non-communicable diseases.
So I now understand, or we're now appreciating all these agencies, coming together.
Right.
So from the Food and Drugs Authority to make sure that this and this is not in this food
that
you're going to eat, and then the health authorities, Ghana Health Service also in that.
Ministry of Health.
Ministry of Health,
right.
Yes, and also the University of Ghana, doing the research bit
academia part of it. Fantastic. Yeah.
But as we know that these foods contain this and this and this, why for a long time, why have we not been able to say that then they shouldn't come onto the market? They shouldn't come onto the market.
But been eradicated.
Yes, but it gets onto the market before we try to say that do not take this, do not take this. I know the FDA has been working on some of them. They actually banned them, but there are some others that if they're not right, because I think if you leave our it tastes nice.
So the problem is that they are not toxic, they are not poison.
Okay.
If you take it in higher doses, if you take it more, the more you consume, then the more your risk increases.
Okay.
But there are some of them that are above the recommended threshold. For example, the WHO says that if you want to take added sugar, so you get sugar from yam and the others. If you want to take any added sugar, for example, want to do your tea from a soft drink, shouldn't be more than 6 teaspoons for a woman. For a man, it should be more than 9 teaspoons. And some of these soft drinks have as much as 13, 14 teaspoons in them. So if I take 2 bottles of those soft drinks, I'm having 26 teaspoons instead of the 9 that's recommended. And so if we don't educate people on that, then people start taking more of these. So the problem is not about the product themselves, even though we have to make sure that the products themselves have them at least the minimum that we need. But we, the people, must decide not to consume a lot of these things so that it can lead to that. But I think the FDA has a role to, as you said, to ensure that those that are coming to our market are regulated. But it's our duty as health professionals and as associations to blow the alarm, so that all of us can be well informed and then we can make the right choices. Right.
And as individuals too, how does our diet promote or prevent these?
So let's take me as an example. Okay. If I start to consume a lot of these sugar drinks, for example, I'm increasing the amount of glucose in my body, which is more than how my body is able to burn, and therefore I start having high blood sugar. Talk about diabetes. Even there are those who eat very late in the night, and when they do that, they also build the amount of these calories in them, leading to a lot of this heart disease and the others. So even as an individual, the more we consume these unhealthy foods, the more our risk increases. If you look at the risk of the top 10 risks that lead to non-communicable disease like cancers and the others, you can talk about hypertension, talk about diabetes, and all of these things have a direct link to our diet. And therefore, there's a need for all of us to ensure that we eat well and then eat the right amount of food so we can be able to stay healthy.
Okay. And since this project started, what has been some of the academic, findings, and going forward, what are you trying to, make sure that these findings that you have, you'll be able to get them to the people so that people can understand what you're fighting against? So
the academia led by the University of Ghana has done a number of papers that we've published. Okay. We've also done a lot of evidence we've gathered that is informing all of the policies that are taken. So I mentioned we are doing 4 policies now. If you take, for example, the front of pack labeling, the University of Ghana has brought the evidence to support the fact that if you do front of pack labeling, then you can reduce consumption. Okay. They've brought evidence that suggests that in other countries, for example, where they've introduced taxes on unhealthy food, as people as the price goes up, consumption decreases, and therefore the risk also decreases. So that part is being done by the academia. There's been a number of stakeholders engagement we've had, and MOH also doing very well by helping us get all the other ministries on board. Recently we passed the Exercise Amendment Act in Ghana, which in addition brought 20% tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. Okay. So that's how we push for that particular tax, because it's part of the project we're trying to do. If you don't have these products being expensive, the many programs. So let me give you an example. If a bottle of, say, soft drink costs 10 Ghana cedis, and initially it was 5 Ghana cedis, now it's 10 Ghana cedis, the quantity you can buy will reduce, because now you need 10 cedis to buy one, which Ada will have bought 2. Yeah. So if you're the type who used to drink one soft drink a day, then now you can't do one a day. You can do one every 2 days because you don't have that much money to buy. Okay. So that's the logic behind having the taxes on those products. And there's evidence all over. In Mexico, for example, even in Ghana, when we started, we had a stakeholders conference that should be in October. Okay. The man told me that because of our project, the cost of malt is higher than the alcohol he used to buy. Which means if the prices go up, then consumption goes down. All across the country. Currently, we have 117 countries in the world who have taxes on sugar drinks, which is yielding results in those countries. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we have done from the academia side. Yeah. But
when the taxes are implied on these products, those who are normally those who are bringing it, don't they sort of I don't use the word rebel, don't they complain? Because they are really feeling it in as much as you are protecting us, like the consumers, individuals who are buying it, those who are bringing in these goods too, who are incurring these tax. What do they say? What are their reactions? So
there's always a pushback from industry. Okay. So the point is that health taxes are very effective. Okay. Because they're effective, it helps government to get money to do other health activities. It saves you the individual money. Because if I'm not sick from diabetes, I'm buying diabetes medication. True. If I don't have kidney disease, I don't have to go and do dialysis because I can save that money to myself. And the industry knows that. But in all countries of the world, they've been pushed back. Even in Ghana, when we started this project early last year, there was a pushback. Yeah. But we still have to keep on and move. So that because the focus is to protect people, not concern about their income. some of them say it's going to lead to job loss, which is a lie, because in all countries that have these taxes, jobs were not lost.
Okay.
If people are not consuming a particular product, the manufacturer must bring the product to the level where people will buy. So, for example, if this product has too much sugar and people are not buying, reduce the sugar content and people will buy.
Yeah.
That's why I have sugar-free Coke and Sprite. It used not to be there. But in UK, when they brought the law on sugary drinks, then they have to bring sugar-free Coca-Cola and Sprite.
Really sugar-free.
That's what they say. But at least the sugar content in there
Isn't
as much as the other one. You understand? And they also have to do what we call reformulation. That's why they can look at, let's make it healthier. In other countries, they switch from these sugar drinks into producing water, other fruit juices that are more healthier than the one that are not there. That's the only reason why we do that.
Yeah, true. I mean, that makes sense. And I think that's something that we need to support, because a lot of people are addicted to soft drinks.
Yeah. A lot of people.
A lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. And a lot of people are addicted to the pizzas and the burgers. You know, why such a day with me?
Nah, all you need.
And it was until recent times that I got to know that they banned trophy.
Hey,
Oh, it was banned long ago.
Yes,
Long
it was
ago,
recently.
But
They still did the system
when
inside.
when we go out, you know where the trophy is.
Yes, but it's not really like as much as it was previously. First, you could get so many like trophy joints,
Yeah.
but now you have to search and search.
Before you can get
find
it.
Wow. So I mean, all of these
Yeah.
things. You also need to take your health into your hands.
Yeah.
Actually, the thing they drink plenty, the thing so I mean, once in a while, I mean that's fine. You know, you can reduce it.
Reduce it, yeah.
The intake.
Yeah, even now as I'm on set right now, I have some drinks packed in the fridge upstairs. No, I'm not saying it.
Think about it.
They are not what I'm talking about. Anyway, James, any final thing you want to
Yes.
add? And then
Just to say that when it comes about the fiscal policy, I'm not only talking about taxes, but subsidies as well.
Okay.
So we are looking at how government can subsidize those who produce healthier food,
Okay.
healthy food juices. How can we get farmers who produce vegetables and other healthy products, getting their products at a cheaper price? So it's part of the things we are working on. So whilst working on the tax part, we're also working on subsidies so that we can have more of these healthy foods in the market. Because if you don't have a lot of them in the market, the little that we have will become expensive for the ordinary person to buy.
True.
So we're looking at these two. Taxes on those that are unhealthy, subsidies for those that are healthy, so that at the end we can protect all Ghanaians. I mean, it's up to us to make sure that we make the right choice. And we are supposed to tell Ghanaians to make the right choice, and the right choice will be made. Yeah.
Great. All right, NOI.
Yeah.
So-
James, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This one you really enlightened us, and we have
true.
to take matters into our own hands to make sure that these policies are really implemented. Thank you very
You're welcome.
much.
Thank
Okay.
you.